Hi, George Walters here. Just wanted to take a minute and explain why I put these web pages together. Many years ago was when I started out on my self-employment trek, I guess you could say. I've always said that I probably don't make the best employee. I always worked hard, but I was always off daydreaming about starting my own business. And so I did, and actually I did pretty well in some businesses and some not so well. But the one thing I found, that I struggled with throughout was I struggled with my own self-belief in the fact that whether or not I could actually build a business to the level of, a really high level. And it was really a struggle for me. And I look back and now I know exactly why. Part of it had to do with my upbringing. My parents, wonderful family, everything, but we live in a society where we're constantly inundated with negative news. We're pick up the newspaper, pick up a magazine, listen to the radio. We hang around the coffee shop and we're constantly told what we're not capable of. We're constantly told what we can't have, what we don't have, what we'll never have. And so a friend of mine back then, actually I didn't really know him that well back then, but he has since become a good friend of mine. He gave me a book called Think and Grow Rich. Now many of you watching this probably have heard of this book or read it. And he gave me this book. I had never heard of it, and I sat down and read it, and it was life-changing for me because I never thought about thinking like Napoleon Hill lays it out on the pages of Think and Grow Rich. And so what I did is I started to apply these 17 success principles of Napoleon Hill's into my life, into my business, into my personal life. And it was really life-changing for me. It changed a lot of things dramatically for me. And so what I decided to do is I decided to put these pages together for one reason, was because as I moved forward and as I started other businesses and I started having teams of people working with me, what I found, the one common denominator between many of the people who were not succeeding was a great deal of them had actually probably a stronger and better knowledge base of how to build a business than even myself. But the one thing that was lacking, I could tell in our conversations, was their own belief in themselves to be able to achieve it. And so I've given out many copies of Think and Grow Rich over the years. But I just thought, how could I put something together for my team to help them maybe get their thinking straight? Because the thing is if you go with the flow, as far as thinking goes out there, like they say, if you do what the 97% are doing out there, you're going to get what the 97% are doing. And so I put these pages together. And just to let you know, this is not an affiliate program. This is not something that I put together to make a bunch of money. This is a free resource that I put together. Actually, it was originally for my team, but I'm just allowing anybody who wants to get exposure to this, go for it, because it's only going to help you. And so on these pages, they're laid out very simple. There's the 17 success principles. There's several videos from Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, Brian Tracy, John Maxwell, Connie Podesta, Les Brown, on and on and on. But I created them really to be able to have my team be able to plug in, start to get their thinking straight, start to get their thinking that they possibly can achieve what they set out to achieve, instead of letting that little voice in their head knock them down every time. And so that's why I put the pages together. I hope that you get something out of these. And oh, by the way, at the top of once you opt into these pages, you'll see that there's some other resources. One of them is it's called Success Resources. It's a link up the top of the page. You'll see it. Click on that. There's all kinds of free resources that you can have coming to you daily from some of the greatest mentors, leadership coaches, life coaches, some of the best out there. They've got a lot of really great free stuff, and it can really help you in achieving what you want to achieve. So I hope you get something out of these. Hey, if you ever feel the need, you know, I think that in some of those pages, my phone number's on there. If you ever need to talk to somebody and ask them some questions, feel free to pick up the phone and give me a call. Otherwise, always remember, success starts in the mind first. So take care, and I'll see you down the road. All right? Bye-bye.